This is Chasing the Horizon, a podcast by, for, and about motorcyclists, brought to you by Dunlop Motorcycle Tires and the BMW Motorcycle Owners of America. There were a good number of other quick interviews I did throughout the 4 days of AIMExpo in Las Vegas. During my discussion with Scott Corey and Liz Howe that made up the wrap-up episode, openings to use some of them came up. Here are the rest of them, brought to you without commercial interruption. I'm still at the AIMExpo, all these things. I can probably stop saying that at this point. I'm at the Mirror Lock booth, which is Al Jesse's retirement. He said last year when he was on the show, he said he was going to retire and go on a trip, and then he came up with this new idea for Mirror Lock. So I'm actually here at the Mirror Lock booth at AIMExpo with Chris Flatt, not Platt, like I keep telling everybody your name is. I apologize. And I'm going to ask her a couple of questions about Mirror Lock because, well, first of all, you guys are small manufacturing, very small company, but you're at the biggest power sports trade show in the country. How do you scale up to do a booth at a big show like this? I know that's kind of an esoteric question.
Well, I don't know. We just kind of made it happen.
There you go. Well, and is your primary concern at something like this to connect with dealers and distributors, or the consumers that want to put your product on their bike?
Probably dealers, but the consumers are ultimately using them. So it's good to teach both what Mirror Lock's all about.
There you go. And as you continue to develop Mirror Lock, how do you go about testing it for new bikes, new platforms, new models, and all that kind of stuff so that you can make it as widely available as possible?
We just figure out who's got the bike and match up the hardware, and we've got some coming out for the 1100, 1150 because it's upside down. Got something coming for the Harley. So kind of Al's engineering, and then we just make it work.
There you go, make it work. So what's the next bike that you guys are working on? You got one in the shop right now that you're working on?
Going to be working on the Harley and the 1100, 1150. The
1150
BMW.
BMWs, got you. Well, because a lot of people have 1150. Right?
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking you can read my mind.
Yeah, well, and you know that I'm with BMW, Motorcycle Owners of America, so it's a valid assumption. And we're just going to continue talking about Al like he's not even here.
Okay, yeah, don't look over there.
So now that Al's retired, what's he like to work with?
Well, kind of like before when he wasn't retired. Well, he's there less, so,
Well, cool. I encourage everybody to stop by the Mirror Lock website. Do you know it off the top of your head? Mirror Lock website?
Sure.
How hard is it?
It's motomanufacturing.com.
That doesn't say Mirror Lock.
It doesn't, because Mirror Lock is going to be only one product.
Oh, so Al isn't retired at all?
No.
No, all right.
No.
So motomanufacturing.com.
Right.
And you can go there to learn all about the Mirror Lock, what bikes it fits. I see a whole bunch of different emblems around the booth here. So it's currently available for a lot of different bikes.
Yeah.
So check it out and enjoy. Thanks for talking to us, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Wes.
I'm over at the Yamaha booth now for the second time, and I'm here with Paul Pelland, who is also known as Long Haul Paul. You can find him on his website, which is longhaulpaul.com. Almost a tongue twister. How's it going, Paul?
Oh, it's going great.
And now this is the trade show environment is not your normal hangouts. What is it you're doing here this weekend at AIMExpo?
Sure. My goal here is Yamaha, has invited me to be here, and I'm here, talking about my mission. And my goal is to ride 1 million miles for multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
So I travel the country as a patient advocate and raising awareness, raising funds for charity, and raising a little bit of hell along the way.
So I heard you talking to somebody earlier. You've only had this bike since July.
Yeah, I got Yamaha actually donated this bike to me. I've been kind of begging them for a bit. I put 300,000 miles on Super Teneres in the past 5 years, and when they came out with this transcontinental touring bike, I said, well, hey, there's nobody more qualified than me to ride something transcontinentally. So they actually donated this bike to me, and I got it the first week of July, and so I've been riding it. I was off the bike a little bit, had a little bit of neck surgery, so not as many miles as I should have on it, but I put 18,000 on it in a couple of months.
I think that's still respectable.
Yeah, I'll make up for it. This month is 10,000, and in November I've got 10,000, so by Christmas I'll have over 30,000 on it.
Well, certainly it enables you to kind of stress test the machine for Yamaha.
Well, my goal is to wear things out and break them. So, whether it's my helmet, my boots, my gear, or the motorcycle I ride, I'm gonna find how long things last, or how good the reliability is of stuff.
And so, what is this model of motorcycle? Because I'm not very super familiar with Yamahas.
Sure. This is a brand new 2018 Yamaha Star Venture.
Star Venture. Okay.
And this is the transcontinental package, which has all the upgrades and full infotainment system. It's got a 4-speaker stereo, 100-watt stereo system, 6.6 gallon gas tank.
Nice.
It's a big V twin, and it's a cruiser. It's a touring bike, and they're touting it as a transcontinental bike, and so I said, you know what? Let me prove that for you. Let me ride it, and my goal is to put 100,000 on it by Sturgis next year. So
awesome. So, what do you think is the biggest difference from riding this bike compared to your Tenerace?
Well, it's a totally different riding style, and I wasn't sure that I would be comfortable with the feet forward and more of the cruiser style. But honestly, riding this bike for 10 miles on a demo I did last summer made me realize that I could be comfortable in that position. And I've done a 1,600 mile day on it. I've done plenty of 1,000-mile days already on it, and that's with the stock seat, and I haven't changed the bars or anything else. It's a comfortable bike. It's going to work great for what I do. The amount of days and hours I spend. I travel across the country multiple times a year, and because of the cost of traveling, I try to do it in as limited amount of time as possible.
Right.
And I've always got to be somewhere. So, I cross the country in 3 days, and that's an 1,100 or 1,200 mile day each day. And this bike has proven to be able to do that with no issues, really. It's
fantastic. Well, I'm going to tell people your website again. Actually, you tell people your website this time. I'm
sure. If people want to help me out, I do raise money for charity, but actually just becoming a subscriber on my YouTube channel or Facebook at Long Haul Paul, one word, no spaces. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and my website, of course, longhaulpaul.com. Having more subscribers and things like that will help me get support and fiscal sponsors and things that will really help me keep rolling.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Take it easy, Paul.
All right. Thank you.
I always make it a point to stop by the Twisted Throttle booth. They made it really easy for me this year because they're right next to Indian, and everybody knows I've been obsessing about the FTR 1200, which I have literally mentioned every time I open my mouth at the show. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm with Jessica Procup, who you do marketing for Twisted Throttle, and I just wanted to stop by Twisted Throttle's booth and find out what new stuff they've got coming down, and Jessica's going to tell us all about it. So, go Jessica. I just realized you're wearing a little tomahawk necklace.
It is an axe.
It's an axe, right? Right
yes.
Next to the Indian booth.
Oh,
it's a theme.
Didn't even make the connection where it's meant to be. That bike is meant to be mine.
But anyways, so what's new on Twisted Throttle's horizon for 2019?
Excellent question.
Is that a tough question?
Well, I will say we have some new product we released relatively recently that we're super excited about.
Oh, well, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'll start there. One thing is Denali.
Right.
As not a lot of people realize maybe that Denali is actually something that was born in Twisted Throttle in our design department, but it's a brand in its own right. It's becoming bigger and bigger and a little more independent. Denali lighting is amazing. We all run it on our own bikes. And what they're doing is expanding our functionality, expanding our product line. So people know us for our driving lights, the lights that send light down the road. You can see better. Other people can see you.
Right. The triangle of joy.
Yes, that's right. But this year we released our DRL line, which is our new visibility lineup. So we created these pods. They're LED pods. So again, like super bright light, low power draw. They don't throw light down the road. They are all about concentrating light at the source. So it's a rectangular pod that can mount in a number of places on your bike, both front and back. We have them in white and amber, and also in red for a brake light. So these guys, and you can wire them to function in various ways. If you want them to come on with your high beams, run all the time, you can have them on a high-low switch. And they are exceptionally bright. This is all about conspicuity to other people.
Right.
And what's cool is, in the past we've had people buy our DMs, our smallest lights, that piercingly bright from the front. They have that tiny optic, so people really see you when they're coming at you. But those guys, our smallest lights are already like $275, right? So it's actually pretty reasonable. But the DRLs are in the $140, $150 range.
It's a lot more accessible.
Yeah, so I have a feeling you might want to get like a set of lights up top to help you see down the road better. But then that second set of lights, which is often just about visibility, not necessarily about you've already got lights up top.
Right.
If you go with the DRLs, you're getting that, like, both visibility down the road and you're getting awesome conspicuity to others. So we feel like we've really rounded out the lineup, and particularly in the back with the brake light. You obviously want a lot more visibility back there as well. You're hitting your brakes. This is really, really bright LEDs. We're giving you even more options for safety and conspicuity. Also with our CAN-Smart, the CAN Bus Accessory Manager that works on BMWs.
Nice.
You are able to, you have even more functionality with those visibility lights, so that with a brake light, you can have it strobe. It's got the decelerometer, so as you're rolling off, as you're braking, it will actually modulate. So we give you the ability to dim the lights, front and rear, so we give you a lot more options.
It's more than just on or off.
Yeah, we are really working on making these like complete solutions. We also, for our CAN-Smart software, we introduced a feature this year where your front visibility lights will shut off when your turn signal comes on. Like how they're doing in
cars? Like they do in the cars, yeah. The winky lights.
Yes.
That's what I call them.
Yep. We may start calling it that now, because that's actually a pretty good way to describe it.
I mean, winky lights trademark.
Ooh, okay. We'll license it from you. But you're seeing that in cars, and more of our customers on motorcycles were starting to ask for that, so we built that into the software.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, kind of a neat thing. And
is anybody else doing that with motorcycles? I don't think anybody else is doing that.
I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. And can I?
Well, we just told the whole world. No, don't tell me anything secret.
Damn it. I will say we do. I'm not 100% sure if I can reveal it now, but we have another CAN-Smart system in the works for a completely different brand of motorcycle. We'd be the first ones to market with this. We're pretty excited. Possibly February launch, and I'm not 100% sure if I can say it out loud.
That's okay. Don't say it out loud then. After I turn the recorder off, then you can tell me, and
cool.
I'll decide if we tell anybody.
Yeah.
So aside from Denali, Twisted Throttle makes and sells a ton of other stuff. So what else can we look forward to soon?
Well, yeah. I mean, the new CAN-Smart lineup is going to be a big thing for us. We did just release. We also Dry Spec is another one of our brands, born inside Twisted, brand in its own right. Yep. We just launched the H35 cases, which are mil-spec plastic cases. The trick with those guys, they are side loading, which makes them a lot stronger than the top loaders.
Right.
They're made of a crush-proof material. We literally drove a Jeep over them, and they will not crush. It's awesome. But we have a patent-pending top-load liner. So you have a bag that opens from the side, but has a liner inside, so it has the top-load. You're able to take things in and out. Your stuff doesn't fall out of the bag when you open it.
Right.
So you've got the convenience of top loading with the durability of a side loader. They're also completely submersible, ridiculously rugged. They have a really cool, really simple mounting system, so you're just lifting them on and off the bike really easily.
Nice.
Really durable for off-road use. And they have a bunch of convenience features like MOLLE panels you can put on the back, and inside you can attach a lot of accessories.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, those things were a good 3 to 4 years in the making, and we were really proud of them when they came out. Because our design team takes a lot of feedback from our customers, and we look at mistakes we might have made in the past. We test stuff out. literally drive a Jeep over something just to make sure if we say it's crush proof, it's going to be crush proof. So when they come out with new stuff like this, it's it makes all of us proud. It's an exciting moment, yeah.
And people can come to the Twisted Throttle and Denali websites to get more information on this stuff, right? Can you know those off the top of your head? You better. You're the marketing person.
I sure can. We have DenaliElectronics.com where you'll find the full lineup and a great explanation of all the different features and functions. We're also really big on making things simple for people. So in terms of installation, these are plug and play, like literally almost anybody could do it.
Nice.
So then also dryspec.com and twistedthrottle.com, of course, has our entire lineup with all of our other brands, including SW Motec, RNG, two of our biggest brands. We've got the adventure market, the sport bike market.
Yeah.
We have something for everybody.
And one of the things I really like about the Twisted Throttle website, and a lot of other people are doing this more often, but you guys have done it almost from the beginning, is you can click through the menus, select your bike, and you get a page with everything. We'll let the lady in the sky stop. I'm not going to edit this out at all either. I'm just going to let it run and be awkward. So you can click through, choose your bike, and then you get a whole page of everything that Twisted Throttle sells that fits your bike. I think that's a really great feature.
And that's really key to what Eric founded this company on, which was it's about bike-specific fit. It's not universal accessories that you can kind of make work on your bike. We are all about things that are designed specifically for your model, and that he is incredibly picky about that. He wants things to be a perfect fit. So RNG and SW Motec in particular, in addition to us, really good about that. This is what they do. They prototype parts for each and every motorcycle. So when they say this is going to fit your bike, they literally mean your year, your model.
Your bike.
Yeah, and we're really proud of that. And we feel it takes a lot of frustration out of buying accessories for your motorcycle and trying to get them on there. Our stuff will fit. When we say it does, it does.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jessica. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Wes.
I ran into Nick Oldham from High Point Tour Company out of Moab, Utah, at the AIMExpo. You having a good time so far?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, as somebody who is in the industry but doesn't manufacture anything, what is it you're looking for when you come to something like AIMExpo?
I'm looking for products that are going to make a rider's experience more enjoyable.
Gotcha.
And their whole experience better.
So what have you seen so far at the show that's got you a little bit excited?
You know what? I'm seeing a lot of new products, a lot of new riding gear, a lot of new accessories that are going to make rides safer. There's great cameras, there's great apparel, and there's a lot of innovative new products. It's just going to make the industry more fun.
Yeah, great. So how can people find out more about your company, High Point?
You know what? We're easy. We're out in the middle of nowhere in Moab, Utah. Middle of nowhere, but middle of all the really cool things off-road. And cool. So, our website's highpointhummer.com, and we're the experts out in that area. And,
awesome. Thanks a lot, Nick. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Take care.
Yeah, I will, man. So, hey, how are you guys doing today?
Great.
Stumbled through that a little bit. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you ride?
My name's Brian. I ride a 2012 Harley Street Glide.
Okay.
My name's Tom. I live here in Las Vegas, and I ride a 2013 Street Glide.
Okay, so not too old.
Right.
You looking to upgrade soon? Or add to the stable?
Well, actually, for me, probably 2019, when the 20s come out, I want to upgrade to a 19. I'll wait, get the deal at the end of the year.
I like that plan. Yeah. So you're here walking around AIMExpo. You've been here for an hour, 2 hours,
about a half hour.
About a half hour.
Yeah.
What have you seen so far that you're really interested in?
A lot of the customizing the bolt-ons. It's one of the things about a Harley is you once you buy it, you have to make it your own. So
there you go.
Customizing it is the big thing. So just seeing what's out there to customize your bikes to really make it your own, to offset it from the guy next door.
Yeah. Well, and what about you?
Yeah, just basically looking around to see what's new, what different options they have, and like he said, aftermarket stuff.
There you go. And so let me ask you another question. You're from Vegas.
Right.
I'm not. I've never been here before.
Right.
Well, at least not more than going past it on the highway, to tell you the truth. What's the riding like in this area?
Well, the riding is great. I mean, we have a lot of interesting areas like Red Rock Canyon and
Mount Charleston.
Mount Charleston, okay.
There's other things that are farther away that we go to.
Yeah, like day trips, weekends, that kind of thing.
And what's nice here is Vegas, you ride year round.
Yeah.
You know, people say, well, it's hot there. Well, I go, yeah, well, it rains where you're at. So what do? Well, we put on rain gear.
Right.
Well, here we dress accordingly too.
Sweat dries.
And we ride year round here.
So what's the like the coldest it gets in Las Vegas?
It can get pretty cold here. It can get down into the 30s, and then you have your wind chill and all that. So it can get pretty cold. So you just suit up for it. Yeah. But what's nice here is we really have only about 100 days where you can consider it too hot or too cold.
Okay.
So the rest of 265 days here where the weather's beautiful.
Perfect, and you don't have to adjust.
Right, you don't have to adjust, and we do. And because Vegas is so new, we don't have potholes, we don't have ruts. So the riding here is just superb.
Well, and there's a lot of the local governments have a lot of inspiration to keep the road surface good because of all the tourism.
Exactly, and we just came back from Reno for Street Vibrations.
Okay.
And that kind of reinforced to me how nice we have it, because they have the ruts, they have the potholes, and we don't have to deal with that stuff.
Awesome.
And we don't have the bugs either, which is another plus.
Yeah, no bugs.
They have to deal with the snow and the snow removal that tears all the roads up.
Yep, it sure does.
Because I grew up in New York State. Roads are terrible.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking a minute out of your AIMExpo to talk to me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So I'm at the Nelson Rig booth. I try to pump whoever I'm near with Aaron and Mike from motorcyclegear.com. You guys, is the shop out of Texas, or you guys just out of Texas?
The shop's in Texas.
Okay, cool. And what kind of stuff does... I realize with a name like motorcyclegear.com, you probably sell motorcycle gear.
That's right.
But what kind of products do you guys sell?
It's just all kinds of apparel. We don't really do parts or anything like that, but basically anything apparel: helmets, jackets, pants, gloves, boots, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. How long you been around?
20 years.
20 years. That's a good long time.
Yes, sir.
So when you come to something like AIMExpo, what is it you're looking for? The next big thing in X?
Yeah, well, we come out here, to see our vendors, make sure we have the good relationship, and we're in line with them on what's going on with the industry, and then just have a good time. It's nice that they have it out here in Vegas. We can kind of relax a little bit too. So.
Yeah, it's a little closer for you guys than when it was in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more enticing too.
So have you been to Vegas before?
Yeah, I've been here before.
Okay, so no big deal for you, right?
Well, it's still a lot of fun to come out to Vegas. It's always a good time. But like you said, getting to kind of reconnect with some of our vendors and maybe find some new product that we didn't know about, or meet up with other.
Have you seen anything gear-wise at the show that you're really excited about? Like, I got to tell my boss about this. We got to stock this immediately.
I can't think of anything that's really jumped out at us. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've been around a long time, so we've kind of seen it all. And done it all, and we tend
new sizes, new colors, new models.
Yeah, we tend to get information a little bit early on stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that they're bringing out now for the public to see, we've already seen, or have gotten information on, but we haven't seen it in person. So it's always good to come out. And at least check it out and see what it looks like in real life and not in a photo or something like that.
Absolutely. So last question, easy one. What do you guys ride?
I ride a Honda CBR 500R.
That's an old bike. Ish.
Oh, it's 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking CB. My mind went
500.
vintage.
Yeah. No, it's.
What about you, Mike? What do you ride?
I'm in the market.
In the market.
Yeah.
What
I'm looking at an Indian Scout, but then we just test rode the
FTR 1200, baby.
Yeah, those things are bad.
Dude, I already ordered one. I'm telling everybody. I'm from the mountaintop.
Have you ridden one of those Vanderhalls?
No, I have not.
Go get in line, dude. Those things are sweet.
All right, awesome. You guys enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
I'm here standing between the Harley booth and the Vanderhall booth, and I met a couple.
Yes.
I don't want to assume. You could just be friends.
For now, yes.
And what's your name, ma'am?
Mona Phoenix.
Mona is wearing the most beautiful Astros sweater that I think I've ever seen. Great colors. And your name, sir?
Doug.
So are you guys from Vegas or are you from out of town?
From Houston.
From Houston, which explains the Astros. So what brings you up to the AIMExpo? You just needed to come?
Well, we come for the Monster Energy Supercross races.
Okay, so you're up here for Supercross tonight. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And why not go to AIMExpo while you're here?
Absolutely.
So you've been walking around around a little while.
We have.
What have you seen that you're interested in, that you're excited about?
A lot of manufacturers that make some really cool accessories and different little inventions and so forth.
So many things we haven't seen like this.
Yeah, this is
I've never seen these until, and I should know, right? I'm part of the media.
We were going to ask you questions about it.
And I hear they're very exciting. I've talked to several people that have tested them and say that they're unbelievable.
Yeah. They're super cool looking.
So what do you guys ride when you're not in Vegas going to Supercross?
Well, we like to ride, do a lot of dirt bike riding, motocross and off-road.
Explains the interest in Supercross, right?
Absolutely. And then we like street bike riding as well.
And what do you ride on the street?
I got a V-Strom and an FJ Yamaha and a GS BMW.
Gotcha. And you ride with him or you ride your own bike?
No, with him.
You ride with him, okay. Which one of those bikes is your favorite?
I do not get on the dirt bike with him.
I can understand that.
But any of them, I just like taking in the environment as he focuses on driving.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you very much for taking some time for me. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
You bet.
Now where am I? With Hindle and Kawasaki and Stop and Go and Hell Performance. I actually hesitate to mention them. I got a bone to pick. But standing here, I ran into Moira Zinn, who was my guest on episode 5 of the show, way back at the very beginning. And you're here with, you want to introduce these people, or could I just ask them themselves?
You can go ahead and ask them yourself.
I'm here with...
I'm Evan Zinham, her husband.
Her husband. And...
Deidre Boyles. I'm an old friend.
Are you also from Texas like they are?
Yes,
excellent.
Originally.
And you guys are up here at AIMExpo, walking around, enjoying the show.
Yep.
Today, undercover as regular folks.
Yep.
I won't tell anybody.
Zero badging.
Zero badging.
No badges.
No badges. I got to wear mine or people look at me funny. Why are you recording this? Do you know something we don't know? So you're walking around the show, kind of taking it all in. What have you seen that's really exciting for you as a motorcycle rider, as a consumer?
Okay, my favorite new product that's out right now is specifically for women. It's called a hightail.
A hightail.
It is like a hairnet for a helmet. So it sticks onto the backside of your helmet. It's pretty non-invasive. It doesn't get in the way of anything. And then it has a netting underneath it that holds your hair in place. So no more dents in your hair from ponytail holders. Your hair's not getting all tangled up. And then when you take it off, you get that whole movie star appearance. It's pretty great.
Evan, is that what you're excited about too?
Oh, totally.
The
My hair and the hightail, I'm totally into that.
No, but
seriously, for the beard.
But seriously, first of all, I know a lot about her. What do you ride?
What do I ride now? R9T. And
excellent choice.
Hyper SP.
And so, have you seen anything that kind of has you psyched up?
Yeah, it's the bad part about it. I see a whole bunch of bikes that I want to buy, and I'm going, I don't want to buy more bikes.
Like which one? I'm fishing here.
So actually, I really liked hanging out in the Triumphs, and we're heading back over to Indian. Because again, it's something that we don't have too much of. We had a lot of sport bikes, and so yeah, just kind of checking them out. I do like that dirt track style of bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, Deidre, what do you ride?
I have an EX650.
And I don't know what that is.
It's a Kawasaki.
A Kawasaki, a dual sport or just a dirt bike?
Just the regular street
bike.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not all the ones that have all letters and numbers. The BMWs I know really well. Everybody else I don't know, unless they just talked about them this weekend.
I understand.
So what have you seen that you're psyched about at the show?
Well, I just got here, so I'm really actually...
Nothing yet. Shut up, leave me alone, and let me walk around.
Wes, awesome. You're exactly right. No, I'm actually really excited to go throw my tiny legs over other bikes, because that's the reason why I picked my bike, is because I couldn't touch on anything else.
That makes sense.
So
And you're not that short. I don't want to ask. Don't tell me. But you seem to be normal height for a human being.
For a female.
Do you have a lot of trouble finding a bike that fits?
I do, because I'm not as strong as like maybe a shorter male would be. So I can't get myself into a situation where I can't get myself out of it, so to speak.
Gotcha.
You know, if I don't think about where I park, and I park weird and I have to push it out of somewhere, I have to be very careful.
Well, good luck finding yourself a new bike. I'm sure there's something here that fits you.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Made it over to the Simpson Helmets booth, where they have been mobbed all weekend, and I'm here with one of their main reps. His name is Scott. Scott, how's your weekend going, man? You tired yet? It's Sunday afternoon. You've been here for 4 days.
Wes, I've actually been here a couple more days, and it's been a wild weekend for us. We're having a really good time. We talked to a lot of folks, and it's been a blast. But it's time to get some office work done now.
There you go. Now, you've been talking to people about the brand new Simpson helmet, the Ghost Mod.
I have. It's actually the Mod Bandit is the brand new.
Mod Bandit, not Ghost Mod.
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize.
No worries.
I've got a Ghost, so I'm thinking Ghost all the time.
Right. It's the Mod Bandit, and it's effectively our first modular ever. And what we really think is very exciting about it is it's kept all of the Simpson DNA. It has that complete Simpson aggressive look in a modular helmet. When you have it closed, you can barely tell it's a modular. It just looks like a Simpson helmet. So we're very, very excited about it. It has drop-down sun visor and all the features you'd expect in a modern modular helmet. Cutouts for speakers, cutouts for wiring systems, for communication systems. It's just a fantastic platform overall, and includes that aggressive Simpson look that people love.
Have you guys settled on pricing for it yet?
Absolutely. It's going to be $480 for solid colors, and for the carbon fiber version, it will be $680.
$680. And when are people going to be able to buy these?
So initially we decided, instead of being broken on sizes, if we brought in 6 colors all at once, we decided to start with the most popular color, which is flat black.
Black, yeah.
Those are immediately available right now from your favorite dealer, your favorite online retailer, or through Simpson, www.simpsonmotorcyclehelmets.com. Flat black is immediately available. The other colors and carbon fiber will be in between now and the beginning of the year.
All right, cool. So possible people could get them ahead of Christmas?
Absolutely. You could get a flat black one right now. It has been a bit crazy, so I hope supplies last. But I guess that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Selling out a product is not not the worst thing in the world.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So, are you allowed to spill any details on what Simpson's working on next? Or I assume you have something else in the pipeline, because that's what people do.
Absolutely. This was a 2-year project, and there are a couple other things we haven't really completely decided on yet. There's several projects in the works, of course. We're coming up on a Snell change year.
Right.
So that is upon us, whether we want it to be or not.
Yeah.
And so we will be changing over from to Snell 2020 soon on some of our models. The modular, of course, there are no Snell modulars.
Right.
So that is DOT ECE 2205. So there's only a little detail.
Well, and you guys make more than just motorcycle helmets. So you make helmets for motorsports in general.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest changes or differences for those helmets is most of them have to have a fireproof rating.
Right.
So Snell Automotive typically are fireproof helmets or fire-resistant helmets. And we own another brand called Stilo, which is a very, very high-end Italian-made helmet that's for racing specifically.
Gotcha.
And we also own the Hans device and make a lot of other seatbelt systems, driving suits, shoes, gloves, parachutes. Racing is absolutely part of our heritage. This is 2019 is our 60th year.
Wow, congratulations.
Thanks.
You don't look a day over 42.
I might be a couple years older than that, but thank you.
Cool. Well, Scott, enjoy the last several hours of the show,
Thanks,
and I'm
Wes.
sure I'll see you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wes.
That's it for this bonus episode of Chasing the Horizon. I hope you enjoyed listening to this little snippet interviews that I did throughout the time that I spent at AIMExpo. We'll see you out there somewhere on the road or off it. Ride safe.